Stop right there. Because what if the reason they slowly lost interest has nothing to do with you not being enough, and everything to do with you being too available? Think about it. You replied instantly, you showed up instantly, you gave your attention without pause, and at first, it felt right, like you were building something real, but then something changed the energy, dropped the replies, slowed, and suddenly, you are left questioning yourself. But here is the part most people never see. Attraction does not just grow through connection, it grows through space, through anticipation, through those small moments where the mind gets time to wonder and feel curiosity. And when you are always available, you remove that space completely. You remove the tension that makes someone think about you when you are not there. And without that tension, your presence slowly starts to feel normal, not special, not because you lost value, but because your value became constantly available. And the human mind naturally stops chasing what feels guaranteed and starts noticing what feels uncertain. And this is not about playing games, it is about understanding behavior. Because when you are always giving your time, your energy, and your attention without pause, you are unknowingly creating an imbalance where you invest more and they invest less. And that imbalance slowly weakens attraction over time in a way that feels confusing, because on the surface, it looks like you are doing everything right. Now here is where it gets interesting, because most people misunderstand this and think they need to act distant or pull away randomly. But that approach feels forced and unnatural, and people can sense it immediately. The real shift starts internally, not externally, because attraction is not built on how much time you give, but on how you show up and how much of your life exists beyond that one person. When your focus becomes centered only around them, your mood depends on them, your time revolves around them, and without noticing, you lose your independence. And that is where the dynamic changes. Because independence is not just attractive, it creates a sense of balance. It shows that your life is already full, and they are stepping into it, not becoming the center of it. And when that disappears, so does the sense of curiosity, the sense of discovery, the feeling that your time has value. The brain is naturally wired to appreciate what feels limited and meaningful. And when your attention becomes constant, it loses that emotional weight. But when it becomes intentional, when it is present, but not always available, it starts to feel valuable again. And this is why people who focus on their own growth, their routines, and their purpose naturally become more attractive without forcing anything, because they are not trying to hold on to connection, they are allowing it to exist within their life, and that difference is powerful. And this is where everything connects, because attraction has never been about giving more. It has always been about creating an experience where your presence feels meaningful and your absence creates a natural sense of missing. That is what builds emotional depth, when someone feels both your presence and your absence in a balanced way. They begin to value the connection without being told. And this is why people who understand this do not feel the need to respond instantly or constantly prove themselves. They focus on living their life and allowing connection to grow naturally within it instead of forcing it. And here is the truth: creating space does not push the right people away. It reveals who is willing to step closer. Because when you stop overextending yourself, you give others the chance to meet you halfway. And that is where real connection begins, where both people are choosing each other and not just receiving from one side. And when you respect your time, your energy, and your life, you create a standard that invites the right kind of attention and filters out what was never aligned in the first place. So instead of asking, how can I keep their attention, start asking, how can I build a life that feels complete on its own? Because that is what creates natural attraction and lasting connection. Now listen closely, because this might be the shift that changes how people see you forever. When you stop trying to be constantly available and start valuing your own time, Everything changes. The energy changes, the dynamic changes, and most importantly, how you feel about yourself changes. If you are benefiting from our topics, please subscribe, like, and turn on the bell notification so you can see our new videos early.